All right, everybody, welcome to Pilates All Levels with me, Mike. Today is Wednesday, 11 a.m., my class. All right, we're gonna start seated. We're gonna work on our abdominals, get some good shoulder blade and hip work in today, okay? So let's have a seat facing forward, all right, at the front end of our mat. Feet about hip width distance apart. Heels maybe two feet, foot and a half away from our sit bones. We'll use our arms, let's use our biceps. Let's keep our chest open here. Let's close our eyes for a moment and focus on our breath. We want to breathe into the sides of the ribs. It's an inhale. Creating that lateral expansion in the rib cage, and then exhale. Pulling in with the abdominals. The navel draws in towards the spine, using our core muscles to support our posture. Again, we inhale, breathing into the sides of the ribs. We inhale. And exhale, drawing the ribs in, exhaling all that air out, using our arms once again to really keep us upright here. Let's take one more deep breath in. And on our exhale, let's pull in with our abdominals. Let's tuck our hips under, rounding the low spine. Let's fold the body forward just a bit. So we'll keep our shoulders stacked over our hips here, and we'll just round the low back. So we get that low back stretch there. And it's an inhale, we sit up tall. All right, inhale, inhale, and exhale. Let's round. So we tuck the hips under, the sit bones roll under. We flex the spine, keeping the shoulders over the hips, getting that curvature here. So just an easy stretch to start. Inhale to sit up tall. Let's go one more. Exhale to round. Okay, so remember when we round, we initiate from the pelvis. So the hips tuck under. That's going to create that flexion in the low spine. Shoulders stay above the hips. Inhale to sit up tall. We sit up tall. Okay, now exhale. Let's tuck the hips under. Let's start to roll the body back. Okay, so as we go back, we keep a good grip on those legs. We keep that tuck in the pelvis. Our eye gaze is forward. We hold, inhale. Exhale, pulling in with your abdominals, okay? Keeping a good grip on the legs. We keep that curvature. We roll back up to our shoulders, stack above our hips. We inhale to sit up tall. And then again, exhale, tucking the hips under. We round. Hips scoop under. We round and roll back. Okay, getting that curvature. Eye gaze is forward, the low spine rounds into the mat. We breathe in. Exhale, we round forward. Okay, keeping that curvature, shoulders over the hips, sitting up tall, inhale. Getting that upper back to activate. And then again, we exhale to round. All right. So as we round, we take the body back. We use those abs, keeping that curvature here. The low back flattens into the mat. We inhale. Exhale. All the way up to seated. Let's try that without the assistance of our hands. So let's place our hands on our shins here. Let's push into those shins. We sit up tall. Keep the abs in. Reach the arms forward. We take a deep breath. And then exhale. Let's round the body back. Taking the body back. Keeping the feet stable on the floor. The low back rounds into the mat. We inhale. Hold. Exhale. Up to seated. Okay, keeping those arms parallel to the floor. Last time, inhale, sit up tall. Let's exhale to round the body back. Rolling back here. Okay, we keep the low back on the mat here. All right, keep the chest lifted. Inhale. Exhale, lift your right leg up to a bit of a tabletop position. We inhale that foot down. Exhale, the left leg lifts. So the hips stay absolutely level. It's an inhale, exhale. Inhale the foot down. Exhale, the left leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lift. Now, inhale that foot to the floor. Let's pull the heels towards our sit bones. Stay lifted. And then we'll exhale the head, neck, and chest to the floor. So center yourself on your mat. Adjust your feet so that they are exactly 8 or so inches from your sit bones. And our hands are by our sides, our shoulders are nice and open, and our spine is neutral. Pelvis is neutral, okay? Staying tall, let's take a deep breath in, big inhale, breathing into our abdominals. Exhale, let's pull in with our abs. Let's tuck our hips under and we'll flatten the low back into the floor. So that navel draws in, okay, the pelvis scoops under, that low back rounds the floor. So that simple tuck, very similar to what we were doing seated. We inhale back to neutral. We have our nice neutral posture. That low back curve is present. Exhale to draw the navel inwards. We tuck the hips under and round our low back into the mat. Find neutral, we inhale, rock our hips back to neutral. Exhale, pulling in with your abdominals, let's round the low back into the floor. The navel draws in, okay? The pelvis scoops under, that low spine flattens. And then back to neutral, inhale. Again, exhale to tuck, okay? Try to keep the glutes relaxed, the hamstrings, the quads, they want to work to push the hips under. All right, we find neutral. Let's take a deep breath in here. Now exhale, tuck the hips under again. Let's flatten the low back to the floor. Let's start to elevate our hips up. The glutes, the hamstrings, kick on. All right, we use those hamstrings, we use those glutes. We elevate the hips up. The ribs stay soft. Shoulder blades are back and down. We breathe in to hold. Exhale to roll the spine down. So still focus on keeping that tuck. We work each piece of the spine into the mat. And then we rock back to neutral. It's an inhale. And then again, exhale, pulling in with your abdominals. The navel draws in. Low back flattens to the floor. And we elevate. All right, so keeping that tuck, the rib cage stays soft. All right, we don't want to arch through the upper back. The ribs stay integrated into our hips. With those abs, we breathe into hold, big inhale. And then exhale to roll down. Okay, so the upper back makes contact, the mid back makes contact, and then the low back. Work that low back into the floor and find neutral. We inhale. Again, exhale, pulling in with our abs, rounding, flattening, elevating. Okay. Keeping that tuck. Also, be mindful of your knees. Don't let your knees splay out to the sides. We need to keep them in line with your hips. Deep breath in at the top. Inhale, exhale to roll back down, okay? All right, we'll do one more pelvic curl here, and we'll hold at the top. So rock your hips to neutral. We inhale. Exhale, pull the abs in, flatten the low back into the mat. We elevate, all right? Elevating, keeping that tuck. Those knees reach out, away. We want to at least create that sensation of our knees reaching out and away. Hold at the top here to inhale. Drop your right hip down towards the floor, and then exhale to square your hips back to center. We inhale the left hip down towards the floor. Exhale to square them back. So alternating hips here. We inhale and exhale. Inhale the left hip down. Exhale it back to center. So can you keep your knees in line with your hips, in line with your shoulders, while the hip, one side of the hip drops to the floor, and then we exhale back. Okay, inhale, the right hip drops. Exhale back to center. Inhale, the left hip drops down. Exhale back. We got one more each side. Inhale, the right hip drops. Exhale. Inhale, the left hip drops down. Exhale back to center. Hold. Let's take the arms, reaching them overhead, keeping your bridge. Take an inhale. And then exhale to roll the spine down. Keep those arms reaching overhead. Work each piece of the spine into the mat here, with those hands hovering up off the floor. The low back rounds into the mat, and then we find our neutral. Inhale, hold in neutral. Keep those arms overhead. Exhale, lift your right leg up, tabletop. All right, now inhale, place that foot down. Keep the abs in, no shift in the hips or spine. Exhale, the left leg up, tabletop. So a simple movement here, keeping our core active, shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, the right leg lifts. Inhale to place it down, minimal shifting in the body as the left leg lifts, tabletop. Inhale the foot down, exhale the right leg lifts. Okay, inhale the foot down, exhale the left leg lifts. So this nice, easy march happening here. One more right leg. Let's actually hold the right leg up, left leg to match. So both legs tabletop, circle your arms out to a T, Let's set them on the floor. Inhale, take your knees to the right. That left hip lifts up off the floor. We exhale back to center. We rotate. Inhale to the left. It's a deep breath in. That right hip lifts off. And then we exhale back, drawing that line across the ceiling here. It's an inhale over. And then exhale back. So not letting our shoulder blades lift up off the mat here. We keep them absolutely stable. We take our knees to the right. That left hip lifts up off the floor. We exhale back to center. So we really pull in with our abdominals to make this rotation happen. Okay, our eye gaze is straight up. It's an inhale over to the right. We exhale back to center. Inhale to the left. Breathing. Exhale back to center. Keeping tall in our posture. Inhale. Exhaling back. Okay, again to the left. Inhale. Exhale back. So still warming up the spine a bit. We get some rotation here in this exercise. Again, focus on keeping your shoulder blades rooted to the mat. Inhale over, pulling in with your obliques. We return. One more to the right. Deep breath in. It's an inhale over. Exhale back. Inhale over to the left. And then exhale back. Now hold in center. Bend your knees. Okay, place your feet on the floor. Let's interlace our fingers behind our head. So feet and knees squeezing together. Elbows in our peripheral vision. We take an inhale. Exhale, pull in with your abdominals. Let's lift our head, neck, and chest up, okay? So keep the pelvis fairly still. It's okay if the low back rounds into the mat a little bit. We hold for a breath, and then we exhale back down, okay? Inhale, prepare. Exhale, abs draw in. The head, neck, and chest lifts. Eye gaze straight forward to our knees. We breathe, hold. And exhale back down, okay? Again, deep breath in. Exhale to lift. Getting that flexion in the spine. Eye gaze to our knees. Hold, inhale. And then exhale back down. All right. Couple more like this. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, chest lifts up. We inhale, hold. Exhale back down. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale, chest lifts up. Let's grab our legs. Come up a little higher. Using your arms, getting that height, okay? So we just give ourselves a little bit of extra help with our hands here. We stay lifted. Inhale, the hands back behind your head. Stay lifted. Now exhale, can you lift your right leg up? Tabletop here. Keep the chest lifted. Inhale that right foot to the floor. Minimal shift in the hips again as you exhale. The left leg lifts. Inhale that left foot to the floor. Right leg lifts. We exhale. Inhale down. Exhale, that left leg lifts. Inhale, that foot down. Exhale, right leg lifts. Inhale, the foot down. Exhale, the left leg lifts. Inhale, the foot down. Hold, stay lifted. Can you exhale to tuck your hips under? Lift the hips up for a moment, okay? Take a breath in. Now exhale, lower the spine down to neutral. Come up a little higher. And then exhale, lower your head, neck, and chest to the floor. Separate your feet about hip width distance apart. Elbows wide. Take a breath in. Exhale, pull in with your abs, round the low back into the floor. Lift your hips back up into that bridge. Okay, so alternating flexion with extension here. We elevate with the fingers interlaced behind our head. We get a nice opening here in the front of the thighs, the hip flexors. We breathe in to hold. Inhale. Exhale to roll down. Okay, so continue to create length in the spine by deepening the tuck in the hips as you lower down. We round each piece of the spine into the floor. Really work the low back to the mat. Find neutral. We inhale, elbows lift into our peripheral vision again. We exhale to lift our head, neck, and chest back up. Now this time, hold here, breathe in, grab behind your legs. Use your arms this time to help you come up a little higher. Okay, so keep that height, keep that position. Inhale, take the hands back behind your head, stay lifted. Exhale, rotate your upper body to the right. Keep the hips still. Inhale to center, exhale to your left. Now it's your sternum that lines up outside the leg that you're rotating to. Exhale and go. Work to maintain that height, that consistent height throughout each rotation. Inhale. So try not to feel your shoulder blades touch the mat. That's what I like to try and create as I move in my chest lift with rotations. Let's inhale, last one to the left. Exhale that air out. Inhale back to center, stay lifted, stay lifted, stay lifted. And then we lower our head, neck, and chest down. Let's take our hands to the mat, okay? Heels back about hip width distance apart. In line with our sit bones, let's see our bridge again. Let's exhale to round the low spine into the floor. We'll elevate, okay? So those hips elevate, we keep that tuck, we keep our position. Hands press into the mat. Let's stabilize the body on the right leg. Inhale, exhale, the left leg lifts tabletop. Now, we really got to work through that right glute to keep this position as we inhale to touch the left foot to the floor. Exhale that left leg back up. Inhale, that foot touches, exhale to lift. Inhale, that foot touches, exhale and go. Deep breaths as you move. Inhale, touch, exhale, lift. One more. Exhale up. Now inhale, straighten that left leg long. Exhale it towards the floor. Inhale, flex the foot, bring the leg back up. Exhale down. Inhale, bring the leg up. Exhale down. Again, stable through that right leg. Okay. And lift. Exhale. Inhale to lift. We flex the foot on the way up. We lift. Now hold that left leg up. Hold. Inhale, take the hips down. Exhale, press the hips back up. Reach that leg up. Inhale down. Exhale, press up. Couple more. One more. Just little mini glute bridges here. Now bend that left knee, set the foot to the floor, reset through the hips. We inhale, and then exhale to roll the spine down, working each piece of the spine into the mat. Finding neutral, we inhale, and exhale. Let's pull in with the abs. Let's imprint the low back into the mat. We'll elevate here. Okay, keeping our chest open, shoulder blades back and down. We inhale to prepare, stabilize the body on the left leg. We exhale. Now inhale, touch the right foot to the floor. Exhale the right leg up. Inhale that foot down. Exhale it up. Working through that left glute. Exhale. Okay, nice movements at the hip joint here. One more. And go. Now inhale, straighten that right leg long. Exhale it towards the floor. Inhale, flex to swing it back up. So we're focusing, keep going, focusing on stability through that left leg. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, 2, and go. Last one. Now hold that leg up. Inhale, take the hips to the floor, towards the floor, just a few inches, and then press back up. Keep that right leg straight, driving through. Using that glute. Last 2 and 1. Bend that right knee, set it to the floor, re-scoot through the hips. We inhale. Exhale to roll the spine down. Work each vertebra into the mat. Rock your hips to neutral. Okay, now lift your right leg tabletop. Left leg to match. Squeeze the feet and knees together. Bend your knees so those heels relax towards your sit bones here. So we got a right angle, a 90-degree angle from our thighs and hips here. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, pull in with your abdominals. Slide your hands down towards the mat as you lift your head, neck, and chest up. Okay, so those arms are long. Let's hold here for a moment. Inhale, take the hands behind your head, take the knees away, the feet touch. We exhale to pull. Draw those knees in. Inhale, the knees away. Exhale to pull the knees towards you. Keep the abs in. Exhale to pull. Inhale, the feet touch. Exhale, pull. Inhale, the knees travel away. We focus on stabilizing the pelvis as still as we can. Inhale, the knees away, the feet touch. Exhale, lift. 2 more. 1 more. And go. Now inhale, take the left knee away. Exhale, rotate to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale through center. Exhale, rotate. Alternating legs as you switch. In, rotate, move. Inhale through center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale through center. Exhale, rotate. One more to the right. One more to the left. Back to center. Grab your knees. Take a breath in. Exhale, pull the knees to your chest. Let's lower the head, neck, and chest down. Just rock side to side. Okay. Just an easy rolling in the low spine. We can get a little bit of a massage on those muscles on either side. We could take the left foot to the floor, cross the right leg over the left, and just take your knees to the left. You can take your right hand and push into that right knee. Okay. We want to keep tall in the spine, keeping pressure down into that leg, breathing in and out. All right. Both arms back out to a T. Pull in with your abs. You can uncross that right leg, cross the left leg over the right knee, taking your knees over to the right. Our right hand, you could place it on the left knee, keeping tall and long in our position. Opening the mid-spine again in this twist, all right? Keeping that right knee towards the floor to really open up the spine, the hips here. We breathe in once more, take an inhale. Arms out to a T. Exhale, back to center. Okay, let's uncross our legs, all right? Take the arms overhead. Once again, lift your right leg tabletop, left leg to match. Hold. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, the hands come up, the head, neck, and chest lifts into this hundreds prep position, okay? 3 of those. We inhale back, the arms reach overhead. Exhale, pull in with your abdominals, head, neck, and chest lifts. Legs tabletop. Now 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, chest lifts, chest lifts, chest lifts. Okay, now we add the hundreds. We inhale back, exhale. We extend the legs out. We're actually just going to practice this hundreds position. We're not going to hold there just yet. Inhale back, exhale. Extend the legs out, eye gaze straight to our feet. We inhale back. 1 more like that. And lower back down. Now the coordination, we exhale the hands over, head, neck, and chest lift, separate the feet, pull the knees in, back down. So we separate the feet about shoulder width distance. Exhale to lift, out, in, pull the knees back. 1 more like that. Exhale, out, in, pull the knees in. Now hold, grab your legs, pull yourself up a little higher, pull yourself up a little higher. Let's roll all the way up to a seated position in this ball, all right? So roll like a ball. We pull the elbows in, knees together, shoulders back. We keep our curvature in our spine, all right? Inhale back to the base of our shoulder blades. We exhale up to seated here, not letting our feet touch the floor. Inhale back. Just to the base of the shoulder blades, we exhale up, pause. All right, keeping that curve, inhale back. All right, to the base of the shoulder blades, we exhale up, pause. Try not to let your feet touch the floor either. Here, it's an inhale, back. Exhale up, pause, 3, 2. We got 1 more. Eye gaze straight to our knees. All right, and then we hold. Let's grab our ankles. Can you extend your legs long? If this is too much, you can always bend your knees and hold behind your knees. Otherwise, reaching for your ankles, sit up tall, nice flat back. All right, nice one, Talita. Good job. We round the low back, take the body back to the base of our shoulder blades. Exhale up to seated, nice flat back. So that's what's tricky about this exercise is that we stick it right at the top. We round, inhale back, exhale up, and then try to flatten at the top. It's an inhale to round to the base of the shoulder blades. Exhale up, flattening, taking your time. Inhale. Exhale up, balancing, balancing. One more. Try not to let your head touch the floor. Sit up tall. Bring the legs together. Let's practice our teaser prep. So teaser prep here, we keep the knees bent in front of us here. Let's grab behind our legs. Okay, sit up tall, flat back. Now, pulling with the abs, lots of hip flexors here. Hold your legs tabletop. Try to keep a flat back. Let's roll the body back, keep the legs still. We touch the low spine to the floor, and then it's an inhale to sit up tall, flat back. Exhale, round, okay? Can you keep your legs as still as possible? Low back touches, inhale to sit up tall. Good. Again, rounding, low back touches. Inhale up. We'll do one more. Nice work. These are not easy. Inhaling, up, 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 up. Now reach for your ankles. Pull the heels in towards you. And just fold the body forward for a moment here. Okay, so feet together, knees out to the sides. You can deepen the stretch by taking your hands behind you here, lifting the hips up. Folding the body forward, stretching out those quads, stretching out those inner thighs, as well as the low back. All right, we lower the hips to the floor. Okay, let's get into some seated work. Let's straighten our legs out long. Okay, so sitting up tall here, if your hamstrings are tight or this bothers you, I'll change directions just so I can see everybody today. So legs can go long. We'll flex the feet. Like I said, if your hamstrings are tight, feel free to bend those knees. So we sit up tall. We'll interlace the fingers behind our head. All right, so take a breath in. Let's go to the left to start. Let's use our abs. Rotate your upper body to the left. It's an inhale back. Now let's go to our right. We exhale. Again, use your trunk muscles, your upper back muscles to make that rotation happen. All right, exhale and go. Be mindful of your hips here. We don't want any shifting back and forth in the hips. We inhale. So you can check that doesn't happen by looking at your feet. If one foot reaches forward of the other, it might mean we're shifting in the hips. So we want to isolate this movement in the spine. Okay. Inhale, exhale and go. Okay, inhale. Now exhale to the left. Let's hold to the left here. Take your right hand to the left leg, left arm behind you here. You can use your arms as an assist, pushing with those arms, deepening the twist here, breathing in and out. Okay, we'll take the hands back behind your head, rotate back to center. Let's go to the right. We'll go the other direction. Okay, left hand to the right shin, right hand behind us here. Using our arms, making that twist happen. Okay. Nice work there. And hands return back. Let's stay here. A little bit of hip work here, a little bit of hip flexor work. Very important. We've been doing this for a little bit now. Okay. Lift the left leg up. Can you take it to the outside of the mat? Okay. Lift the leg back, return it to center. So alternating legs, right leg to the floor, right leg lifts and returns. We keep our trunk aligned and stable as we move. Abs are in. Set that foot down. Lift the leg up. Set it down. And return. Okay, so we use the hip flexor of the leg we're lifting here. And we try not to round in the spine. It might be tempting to round the low back, flex the spine. Let's go one more left leg. And then return, one more right leg. And return, sitting up tall here. Separate your feet about shoulder width distance. We'll take the hands in front of us here. Palms face each other, shoulder width distance. We inhale. Exhale to nod your chin towards your chest. Let's round the upper body forward. Take the hands forward, past your heels. We get a nice low back stretch here. We breathe in at the bottom. Exhale, pulling in with your trunk. We slowly stack the body back upright. Okay, so we sit up tall. Visualize that you're sitting upright against an imaginary wall. It's an inhale. Exhale, nodding your chin towards your chest. We unpeel the spine down. Rolling through, reaching the hands past our heels. We get that stretch there. We breathe in. Breathe into your core. Exhale, pulling in with your abs. Rooting through the sit bones. We stack up one piece at a time. Let's go a couple more. All right. Rounding. Rolling forward, take those hands forward. So this feels like it might be a passive movement. It really is an active movement. Exhale, pulling in with your abs, root through your sit bones, stacking the spine up one piece at a time. We got one more. Inhale, exhale. Think of that spine, the upper spine, mid spine, low spine, unpeeling up off that wall, hands past the heels. We breathe. Exhale. Sit bones, root into the floor, mid back, upper back, and head. Okay, now let's hold seated here. We've been working on this as well. Some strength in our upper body, particularly our upper back and shoulder blades. We interlace the fingers, we line the hands up with our sternum here, okay? So pull with the, let's go to the right first. Pull with the right arm, resist with the left arm, okay? Now pull with the left, resist with the right. Keep your posture, no rotation, just alternate directions here in this pulling, okay? The trunk stays active, shoulder blades stay back. We're strengthening those rear deltoids, all right? By pulling in either direction, one more so than the other to take the hands over, okay? Let's go one more to the right, and then one more to the left. So you start to feel some work here, some good upper back shoulder blade work. We hold in center. Now take the hands away from you, reach the hands out. Now draw the hands down in line with your navel. We make some circles here as you pull the hands towards you. We line the hands up with your forehead. Keep pulling, circling the arms forward, down, around, and up, pulling in either direction. Taking the hands away from you. Keeping your posture. Abs stay in. One more circle in this direction. We'll line the hands up with the navel and we reverse. Still pulling. It's hard. Keeping our trunk active. Not easy work here. So much upper back and shoulder blade. We got one more. Now we're going to line the hands up with just about a little higher than our forehead. Pull to the right, resist with the left. Pull with the left, resist to the right. And alternating, keeping the abs in, and go. One more each direction. Okay. Back to center and relax your hands down. Okay. So that's a lot of work there. Talta, how you doing? That's a lot of work. Oh, okay. Now you take your hands to your knees here. Okay. Building upon that just a little bit, let's slide our hands forward, grabbing your ankles. Now see if you can flatten your back into a diagonal. Abs are in. All right, trunk is stable. Pull in with those abs. Let's lift the arms overhead into a Y. Okay, hold, hold. Just a couple pulses here. Relax the hands and then pulse up a little higher. Okay, down and up. Pulsing the hands a few inches overhead. 2, 1, and just relax forward. Ooh. Okay, so that overhead movement there, we were trying to focus on some of the trapezius muscles to stabilize our shoulder blades, okay? Just an easy forward fold stretch here. We'll stack the body up. Let's bring our legs together, and I'm gonna scoot forward towards the front end of my mat just to give myself a little more space. Roll ups here. We take our hands forward with the palms facing each other here. Now find your C curve. Pull in with the abs, okay? Inhale, exhale, let's round and roll the body back. Okay, simple movement here. Tucking through the pelvis, we round the low back, mid back, upper back, and head into the floor. Reach the arms overhead. Inhale, the hands come up. Head, neck, and chest lift. So as you lift, try to tuck the hips under. Roll the spine up to seated, arms parallel to the floor. Inhale, exhale, reverse. Rounding and rolling, squeezing our legs together, work each piece of the spine into the mat. Arms reach overhead. Inhale, the hands come up. Head, neck, and chest lifts. Exhaling up, keeping that curve, Deep breath in, big inhale. Exhale, reverse. rounding, rolling, working each piece of the spine into the mat. Arms overhead. Can you keep the rib cage down as well with those arms overhead? It's an inhale. Exhaling up, pulling in with those arms or those abs, keeping that curvature. Yeah, trying to stay around. We want to keep when we finish, our shoulders we just go slightly forward of the hips there. Deep breath, exhale, reverse. And you can try and squeeze your feet and knees together. Okay, the lower body can anchor into the floor when those inner thighs are active. Okay, couple more. Right. Deep breath in, exhale, reverse. We'll do one more. Working through each piece of the spine. Last time. Inhale, the hands come up. Head, neck, and chest lifts. Just exhale up to seated. Take it to seated here. One more. Forward fold. Stretching out the low back. We're about to go into some rollovers here. So on a rollover, let's stack up. Take your hands forward. Let's just roll the body back down. So we're going to lie all the way on our back again. All right. And I'm going to scoot down. I want my head's not fully on the mat. Make some adjustments if you need. Hands by your sides, right leg tabletop, left leg to match. Okay. So this tabletop position here, we start. Abs active. Inhale. Just take the feet slightly away by straightening the legs out long. Take the feet up over the hips. Exhale. The lower body up and over. Okay, legs parallel to the floor. We inhale, separate the feet. Take about shoulder width distance. Take the feet to the floor. Keep that open leg position as you exhale to slowly roll the spine down one piece at a time. Point through your feet. Inhale. Circle the legs back around. Reset. Feet stack up over the hips. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, flex, separate. Try to keep the hips high towards the ceiling as you take your feet to the floor. So it's a hip hinge motion as you round and roll, working each piece of the spine, circling around, legs together. Inhale, feet up over the hips. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, flex, separate, hinge at the hip joints, feet to the floor, and exhale to roll down. Let's all do one more. One more roll over here. I should caution you to try not to turn your head when you're in these inverted positions. We don't want to put any unnecessary pressure on our cervical spine. Inhale, separate the feet, take the feet to the floor. Exhale to slowly roll down, working each piece of the spine into the mat. Point the feet, pull the knees to your chest, and just rock the body side to side. Just take some breaths here. Working the spine into the mat. We breathe in and out here. Okay. And then extend the left leg long. Keep pulling the right knee towards you here. Let's take that right knee all the way to the left. All right. And let's set that knee on the floor to your left. Reach the right arm out to a T for another spine twist here, opening the mid back. Okay. Doing your best to keep your shoulder blades on the mat. I'm trying to keep my right shoulder blade on the floor. Maintaining a square chest to the ceiling. We'll pull that right knee back to center. Pull the left leg to match. Extend the right leg long. Take that left leg across the midline of the body. See if you can place now this. For me, this side's a little tighter, so I'm having a harder time keeping my left shoulder blade on the floor, but I'll try my best. I'm going to take my right hand on my left knee, pushing into the floor, really opening. Oh, nice. I got a little pop. You might get a pop or two. Doing your best to keep your shoulder blades on the floor. Enjoying a nice twist. Tall in our alignment. Breathing in. Exhaling out. All right. Knees to the chest. Okay. Take our feet to the floor. Now, from here, take your right arm, reach it overhead, and roll onto your right side. Okay. Or you can actually, whichever side you want to lie on, if you want to face me, doesn't matter, just to see, because we'll do both sides evenly. Okay, so let's lie on our right arm here, our top arm. All right, looks like Talita's on our left. So I'll just say your top arm, place it in front of you here. Let's stretch our legs long. pulling with your abdominals, okay? And you're gonna push your bottom leg, okay, right leg into the top. And as you push, lifting the feet up, I want you to hike that left side hip to the ribs, and then we lower down, okay? It's an inhale down, and then exhale, push, and we hike, right? We were working on this on Monday. I subbed for Dan on Monday. We're gonna progress this into some fun lateral flexion work. We lift the feet up and then back down, inhale. And then again, exhale, bottom leg pressing up into the top, hiking the hips to the ribs, getting some obliques to work. One more like this. Okay. And then lower down. Now take your left hand down by your side. Okay. Now lift your head, neck, and chest up into a bit of a side bend here. So this time we're doing the opposite. We're drawing the rib cage to the hips there. Yes. And then lower back down. Inhale. Exhale, we lift, drawing the navel in. Yep, that hand can slide down the leg a bit. Let's progress this again. We lower down, inhale. Now exhale, lift, press the bottom leg up into the top. Side bend here. Maybe you can get a little more height. Lower down. It's a little challenging to balance on our side hip here as well. So a little bit of a balance challenge. We lift. Very good, very good. And then just one more. Inhale, exhale, side lift, good, good. Good, and then back down. Now take that left hand in front of you again. Knees pull up, heels in line with your tailbone. Take your top hand on your hip here. Just feel where neutral is. Okay. Now keep that neutral. Can you lift the top knee up? All right, so we keep the hips stacked. We don't want to rock back or forth. We also keep some space between our right underside and the floor. So the trunk stays active, knees together. And we lift. Okay, so think of the thigh bone lifting up, the knee lifting up, and it's that outer glute that's activating, okay, to lift the knee up. Inhale the knees together, exhale to lift that thigh. Abs are in, inhale, exhale, we go. All right. So some external rotation in the hip joint here. Should feel that glute, that top glute start to burn a little bit. Lift the knee up one more time. Straighten that leg out. Okay. Now point the foot. Take the leg back a few inches. Flex the foot. Take it forward. Point, reach back. Flex the foot forward. So we get some extension in the hip as we take the leg back. Some flexion is in the hip as we take it forward. We're looking to keep that glute, that top leg active and strong. Now, bring the leg back. Can you reach it back a little further? Rotate your upper body towards the floor. Let's start to pulse that left leg up and back, okay? Lift that leg up and back, reaching out and away, working that glute a little bit more. All right, couple more lifts here. Last time, we lift, 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 lift. Come back to center, set that knee to the floor. Use your arms, come on up. Let's just stretch that glute for a moment here. So that top leg, place it in front of that right knee there. All right, and we sit up tall and do your best to root through your sit bones. We want to be just as evenly weighted as we can with our hips. And then let's pull that knee, left knee to our right shoulder. As we rotate our upper body in this direction, we get a nice glute stretch here. Okay. And then back to center. Let's come on down to our right elbow. Knees will be stacked. Last little exercise here, side lying before we switch sides. Knees will be bent, heels in line with our tailbone, just like how we were before in our glute clams. Let's pull the underside up. Flat alignment, neutral posture here. We push the knees into the floor. Let's lift the hips up into this side plank. Hold here. Now hold your plank. Bend that left arm, top arm, fingertips to the side of your head. Rotate your upper body. See if you can square your chest to the floor. Open back up. Again, rotating, squaring your chest to the floor. Opening back up. So think of moving the body around that shoulder joint. Okay, last time. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Opening back up. And then just take your hips to the floor. Let's find a mermaid-like position here. There we go. And then we'll tilt. You'll go to your left. We'll just tilt our body this way. So actually, I think that's your left. Whichever side you were working on Under it we go, the opposite. Yeah. So we get that nice stretch. Opening there, and you can deepen that stretch a little bit by rotating towards that bent knee. Get a little oblique stretch here, low back stretch, and then stack back up. Let's switch sides, okay? So opposite side here, it'll be my left side. Left arm overhead, resting our head on that arm. Let's take our right hand in front of us here. We place it on the floor. Let's press the bottom leg up into the top, hiking the right hip up towards the ribs. We lower down, inhale. Exhale, hiking that right hip up down to the mat. Inhale, exhale, pulling in with our obliques, drawing that right side hip to our rib cage. The bottom leg presses up into the top. We lift here, okay? So some inner thigh work. You'll feel that bottom inner thigh activate. Go once more. Set the feet on the floor. Now take your right arm by your side. Pull in with your trunk. Let's lift the head, neck, and chest up. A little bit of a side bend here. Lifting up. Inhale down. Exhale. Lifting up, working that top side oblique. Inhale down. Exhale. Lift, lift, lift. Okay, let's add on. Inhale. Exhale. We lift. Bottom leg presses up into the top. Lift, lift, lift both sides. Lower down. Again. Lift, 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 lift. Whoa, I'm kind of losing my balance on this side. Lifting up, lifting up. There we go. One side's going to feel different than the other. One more. We lift up. Go, 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 go. And then back down. Okay, bend your knees so your heels line up with your tailbone. Hips are stacked. We are aligned. Top arm, right arm's on your hip joint, top hip there. Let's lift that right knee straight up. Keeping the heels glued together, we get that rotation within the hip joint here and down. Okay, nice external rotation in the hip. We lower down and we go. All right. Again, think of some space. We want space between our underside and the mat. Hips stay stacked. We lift, we lift, we lift. One more. Lift up, hold. Let's straighten that right leg out. Take that right leg back a bit. Keep it pointed, flex the foot. Take it forward, point to reach back, keeping our abs active. Hips absolutely stable and still. Just some simple leg swings here. Flexing forward, pointing back. Flexing forward, pointing back. Okay, one more forward. One more back. Reach that leg back. Rotate your upper body towards the floor. Take that right leg, fire that right glute, lift that leg up. Okay, we go back and up. Inhale down, abs are in. Exhale to lift. Inhale. Using that right glute, firing that glute, taking that leg back and up. Inhale. Exhale. Little pulses here, using that glute. Last one. Up, 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 and return to center, knees stack. Let's stack the body back up, come up to seated. That top leg, that leg we just worked, set it in front of your bent knee. There we are. We sit up tall. Try to even the sit bones onto the mat first, okay? Now, sitting up tall, pull that knee, your right knee towards your left shoulder. All right, rotate your upper body to your right. Stretching through that glute. Breathing in and out here, okay? You can deepen the twist here, opening the chest, eye gaze, past that right shoulder a bit. Breathing in and out. And let's return to center. Okay, so getting into that side plank work here. Come on down to your left elbow. All right, so those arm pulling motions we were doing earlier can really help with these side plank positions, okay? So pull the trunk under. We really want to prioritize that underside oblique. Knees press into the mat, the hips lift up. Hold, hold, okay? Bend that top arm. Rotate the trunk around that left arm. Square your shoulders to the floor. Open the body back up using your obliques. Okay, one quick thing about the side plank here. We don't want to pinch the shoulder blades together. Really think of pressing the shoulder blades wide. Think of pushing the floor away from you. That's going to create space within that shoulder joint. Okay, it's going to make that rotation that much more fluid. Okay, and up, up, up. Let's do one more, one more. Rotating, rotating, and opening, opening, opening hips to the mat. Good job there. Come on up to our mermaid posture here. We'll tilt away from that. Oh my, I'm tight here. Okay, getting that opening, stretching that underside. And of course, you can add the rotation to that right leg. Opening that left side. And we'll return on back. Let's stack the body up. Very good. Okay, let's get into some prone work here, some back extension. So on our stomachs here, hands below our shoulders, our feet, they are hip width distance apart. Our face is just hovering up off the floor. Abs draw in, okay? I want you to tuck the hips under. Let's create some length in the low back, all right? Rib cage heavy to the floor. We inhale, let's lengthen our head, neck, and chest, forward and up, okay? And then exhale back down, okay? So the focus here in our back extension is to keep our pelvis as still as possible. Can you inhale to lengthen your head, neck, and chest forward and up? We can isolate that upper back. We exhale to control back down. Again, inhale tall and long. Breathing, getting some extension in our upper spine, shoulder blades back and down. Exhale. One piece at a, can't really think one piece at a time here in the spine. We want to think of lengthening rather than articulating, okay? Couple more. Lift, lift. Keep the abs in. We want the trunk muscles to help support the low back. We got one more. You'll lift up, okay? Now hold here. Challenging you a little bit today. Let's float the hands up off the mat. Keep the abs in. Can you shoot the arms overhead and bring your fingertips together? Okay, so those arms are overhead, elbows bent. I want you to put pressure into the pinky finger to create some external rotation in the shoulders a bit. Keep those shoulder blades down the back. Abs are in, so much trunk control here. All right, pushing into those fingers, especially that pinky finger. We want that external rotation, holding, holding. One more breath in, exhale down. Okay, arms overhead, fingers spread wide. Let's lift our head, neck, and chest up. Push your elbows in the floor. Just a little, one more thing here. Abs stay in. Maybe we're a little higher than we would be in our normal back extension, okay? Pull in with the abs. I want you to fire the right glute, lift the right leg, left arm. Set those hands back, okay? Fire the left glute, lift the right arm and back down. Right leg, left arm and down. Right arm, left leg. Keep length in the spine. The sternum stays rooted to the floor. Abs are in. Opposite arm, opposite leg to the mat. Left arm, right leg to the floor. One more. Right arm, left leg, and down. Last one. Left arm, right to the floor. Interlacing our fingers below our forehead here, okay? Bending your knees deep, or just keep them somewhat bent, and just windshield wiper your feet side to side. This feels nice. We create some traction in the low back. Take your legs long. Let's push our elbows into the floor. Hips reach back towards our sit bones, arms overhead. Getting a nice overhead stretch here. And then hands and knees, leg pull front. Okay, let's go hands and knees here. Let's take one leg back long, right leg to match. So pressing your shoulder blades wide in your plank position. Tall in our alignment, I want you to point the right foot. Let's lift the right leg up. Fire that glute for 5. Lift up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Point the left foot. Lift the left leg up. 5, 4, 3. Trunk stays active for 2, 1. Come on up to your Pilates up stretch or your downward facing dog. All right, these mats are kind of stretchy, so I just actually push them up, or rather pull the mat apart when I hold this stretch just to stay stable. You can alternate bending knees, deepening into the calf, the ankle, opening those ankles up. Let's walk our feet towards our hands, bending our knees deep. You just grab your elbows, hold your forward fold for a moment here. You can just let your head, weight relax. Breathing in. One more big inhale. Exhale, push your heels into the floor. Let's slowly round and roll the body all the way up to standing. Okay, all the way upright. We'll just roll or do a couple shoulder rolls at standing here. Whew. And we'll finish there for the morning, everybody. Thank you for joining.